Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. This is a 7-part series, and this is part 6. So we're going to be doing a little bit of sprinkler work here and some lawn installation. And we'll also be squeezing some concrete precast bullnose caps on this wall. That's the location where all the pipes come out from under the concrete from the valves. 3 pipes, 3 valves. 1 is for the drip system and 2 is for the lawn. So right here we're bringing in the topsoil. We're going to put a good 2-3 inches of topsoil in here before we even put the sod down. Our sprinklers are about 12 feet apart, and they're 15-foot spray heads, so we got a good overlap on them. Right here at the bottom of the back of sidewalk, that green thing you see there is the pop-up for the drain from the backyard. And that drain is perforated all through the front yard, and we have a drainage sleeve around it. So a lot of water will probably never make it out of this pipe. It'll just go into the ground. The way we did these sprinklers, instead of going across the huge root base of this tree, which fills the entire parkway from curb to sidewalk, we routed the sprinklers the furthest point from the tree under the city sidewalk at both ends, and we joined them at back of sidewalk. That way, if they ever remove the tree or do any work in that parkway, they won't have to worry about redoing any sprinkler lines. And we went with Marathon 2. That's the type of sod we're using here. Now, even before I put this sod in here, I've wetted this soil down heavily for the last 3 or 4 days just to get a good compaction, and I regraded in between each settling of the soils, because we did a lot of dirt moving here between the stump grinding, the preparation of everything that was going on, and then we used the roller as well to compact it. And we'll use it over the top of this sod as well. And you notice how we stagger the joints there of the sod? That way we don't have a straight line running all the way through. This way it'll grow together quicker as the lawn grows. Less visible, in other words, through the process. We started down here at the bottom because we had a nice straight edge to start from. Up at the top we have a radius mow strip curb, so we ended up starting at the bottom, so we had a nice straight line. And then we'll just have to cut the top basically to fit that radius. This house is going under a big transformation in the near future. It's going to get new windows, doors, roof, the whole works. It's getting a complete remodel. Doesn't look like that's cutting very easy with that margin trowel, huh? Now after we lay this sod, the sprinklers will be going off 3 times a day for the first about 10 days, and then we can reduce, and you gradually reduce your watering times, durations, and how many times they go off as it grows. But initially you got to keep it really wet. Razor knife action now. Now another important thing to remember when you're laying sod is to always put the green side up. As soon as you get it laid down, you should start watering. Matter of fact, probably every 300 square feet you should give it a dousing. So right now we've got the sprinklers on, and we've got to adjust them a little bit. You can see they're hitting that block wall over there, so that means they need adjusting. That's a nice little rainbow effect there. These sprinkler heads are 4-inch pop-ups. So the concrete caps came in, and this is about 4 weeks later actually when these caps finally came in. Took a while to get them, even though there was only 11 wall caps and 2 column caps. And what I'm using here is the same grout we used for the block, so it's a match on that end of it to set them on. I also added some acrylic modifier to get a good bond, so I've noticed a lot of times they don't bond well to these precast. So I add the acrylic modifier, and it hooks up a little bit better to the cap. And then I just went and bought some pre-mixed sanded grout, and it was colored already to match these. I just went and looked at the color chart of the 2 items, the cap, the grout, matched the colors up, got the sanded grout, so it's a perfect match. Now the sanded grout, you can go up to about 5/8 inch thick grout joints. These are only about 3/8 though. Non-sanded grout, I think you can only go to about 1/4 inch. What'll happen if you go over that, it'll shrink up, it'll crack up on you. And you can see those fences and those gates in the background, but we're going to get into more detail how to build that. But you see how long this grass got? And those, well, he did cut it once already though. Otherwise it would have been twice as long. But this is 4 weeks. Anyway, thanks for watching. The next and final video would be the awesome gate build. Different from my previous gate build, but just as good. Have a good one. Stay tuned for the next release.